class 10th CBSE. Same lesson, that is the chemical reactions and equations. In our previous class, we are going with the types of reaction, combination reaction, decomposition reaction. Today we have to discuss the 3 or 4 types of the reactions: displacement, double displacement, the precipitation and neutralization reaction. Okay, first is the displacement, then double displacement, then precipitation reaction, and neutralization reaction. Actually, these reactions somehow related to each other. That's why we have to go into complete all the 4 type of the reactions in today's class. Before going to this type of reaction, I want to explain you activity series of metal or reactivity series of metal. Reactivity or activity series of metals. What is the meaning of reactivity or activity? The meaning of the reactivity or activity is, it means that the metal, what is the reactive ratio of the metal? Which metal react more vigorously, more fastly, and which react slowly? So this is one decreasing order of the series of metals. Must remember, this is the series of metal only. So some metals are placed, some important metals are placed in decreasing reactivity, in their decreasing order of the reactivity, and this arrangement is called the reactivity series or activity series of the metal. So what is the activity series of the metal? It is arrangement of metals, not all metals, but some metals in their decreasing reactivity. Decreasing reactivity means metal which is more reactive is placed in the upper position, and metal having the least reactivity is placed in the bottom position. This is the reactivity series of metal. Let's move towards this series. You must have to remember it. Remember it for the process of this type of the reaction, or whatever the reaction we have to study in the future. You have to learn this reactivity series properly. Now, whatever the elements, whatever the metals which are placed here, first is, I'm going to rub this also because I need some more place. Okay, the first metal which is placed in this series is potassium. Potassium. We know that the symbol of potassium is K. The second metal in this series is sodium. Sodium, that is Na. The third metal which is placed in this series is barium. It is Ba. The fourth metal which is placed in this sequence is calcium. Ca. The fifth metal which is placed here is magnesium. That is Mg. The sixth metal which is placed after magnesium is aluminium. That is Al. After aluminium, the metal which is placed is the zinc. After the zinc, the metal which is placed is iron. After the iron, the metal which is placed in this reactivity series is After this iron, the metal which is placed in the reactivity series is nickel. After the nickel, the metal which is present in reactivity series is the tin. Now one more is here, that is cobalt. Before nickel, cobalt is also here. Cobalt. It is CO. Then nickel, that is Ni. After nickel, next is the metal which is placed is the tin. Sn. After the tin, the metal which is placed here is the lead. Pe. Okay. Now here, one place of an element, we are going to discuss about this later. Okay. One place is here. Why it is placed here? We have to discuss this later. After this, the next is the next metal which is placed after this is the copper. That is Cu. After the copper, the metal which is placed here is Ag. That is silver. After the silver, the metal which is placed is gold. After the gold, which metal is placed is the platinum. For your 10th class, it is not necessary that you have to learn all this name, but you have to remember few one, like the potassium, sodium, barium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, here lead, then copper, silver. These all are the elements or the metals which are oftenly used in various equations. Okay. Now, as I told you, this is a reactivity series of metal of decreasing reactivity. It means this is the most reactive metal. Most reactive metal. If it is most reactive metal, it means this is the least reactive metal. Least reactive metal. And this sequence is actually the decreased reactivity. This is the decreasing reactivity. Decreasing reactivity. Okay, when we move from upward to downward, the reactivity get reduces, it get lost, and the reactivity of this platinum is very less as compared to the reactivity of the potassium. As we know that potassium and sodium is highly reactive elements, highly reactive metal. You already studied in 8th class. We kept the sodium in the kerosene. Why we kept the sodium in kerosene? Because it is highly reactive. So this is the reactivity series of metal. Now one question is there. Hydrogen is not a metal. It is a non-metal. Now the question is there. If hydrogen is non-metal, what is the role of hydrogen in the series of metals? Hydrogen is a non-metal, but it is placed in one place here with the metals. Why it is placed with the metals? It resembles that all the metals who are placed above this hydrogen are able to displace hydrogen from its compound. All these metals are able to break the bond between the hydrogenous compound, between the compound in which hydrogen is present. All these metals are able to break the bonding between the hydrogen compounds. But the metals which are placed below this hydrogen, these metals are unable to displace hydrogen from their compound. Okay, why hydrogen is placed in the metallic series? Because this series shows that the metal which are placed above hydrogen are able to displace hydrogen from their compound, and the metal which is placed below the hydrogen are unable to displace the hydrogen from its compound. So that's why the hydrogen is placed here. Because when we studied about reaction with the water, hydrogen is there, acid, hydrogen is there. So we must have to know the position of hydrogen and whatever element which is able to react with the hydrogen and why it is able to react with the hydrogen. If the metal is able to react with the hydrogen, it means it is placed above the hydrogen in the reactivity series. So that is the displacement. Now what is the meaning of displacement? Displacement. What is the meaning of the word displacement? Simply you use this word in the home. Mama, may I displace this table from this corner to that corner? Mama, may I move this box from this place to that place? That is the displace. Displace means changing the place. Okay. So what is the displacement reaction? In any reaction, any atom or group of atom, in any molecular group of atom or group of atom, in any chemical reaction, any atom or group of atom is replaced by any other atom or group of atom. That type of the reaction is called the displacement reaction. What is the displacement reaction? In any chemical reaction, if an atom or group of atoms displace an atom or group of an atom from one place to another. An atom from one place to another. Okay, from one place to atom or group also we are from one place to another. This type of the reaction is called the displacement reaction. We have one valid definition also. Valid definition, this is the definition for understanding only. What is a valid definition? The reaction in which one element takes place of another element in a compound is called the displacement reaction. One element takes place place of the other element, that is called the displacement reaction. For example, I am going to explain the common example that I am taking in previous equations also. What is that common example? Simple, this is a displacement AB combines with C. Now what happened? Here we get Cv plus A. Now what happened here? Look at carefully. AB is a compound, C is an element. The C displaces A from B. C displaces A from its position. The element A is displaced from AB to A. A gets separated. So this type of reaction is called the displacement reaction. It is very much easy. This type of the reaction is called the displacement reaction. One simple experiment we are going to perform in the laboratory whenever our school will be open. What we have to do? We have taken one beaker and we have to make one solution. We have to take water, and with water we are going to mix one salt that is called the copper sulfate. The basic color of the copper sulfate is blue. Commonly it is called the blue vitriol. The blue vitriol or copper sulfate when mixed in the water, what happened? One solution is formed. This solution and the color of this solution is blue. So we are going to write here blue solution. Blue solution. Okay. Why it is blue? Because copper sulfate, the basic color of the copper sulfate is blue only. So blue solution is formed. What we have to do next? We have to put some iron nail in it. Okay. We are going to put some iron nail in it. Okay. We are going to put some iron nail in it. Simple. What is this? These are the iron nail. Iron nail. Let this set up for few hours. After few hours, we have visualized that first the water or the solution which is present in the beaker. This condition is after few hours. After few hours. Okay. What is the first change? You have to see in the first condition the color of the solution is blue. But now the color of solution get disappear. The blue color get changes into green solution. Green solution. The first change that you are visualize, simply the color is get tarnished, is get vanished. After that you see the position of iron nail. You must see the iron nail is covered by the iron nail which you placed inside this is now covered by a layer of copper on it. A layer of copper on it. You know what is the color of the copper very well. So a copper layer is deposited on the iron nail. Okay. This shows a displacement reaction. What happened actually? If we see in the equational form, we have the solution. This is example, copper sulfate. What is the color of the copper sulfate? Copper sulfate. That is the color is the blue. Blue vitriol is the common name for this. It combines with iron. Must check the reactivity series. What is the place of copper and iron in your reactivity series? I think iron is placed above the hydrogen. See, check your notebook. Iron is placed above the hydrogen and copper is placed below the hydrogen. It means iron is more reactive as compared to copper. And this is the simple displacement process. Simple displacement process, it means the highly reactive. Okay, I am going to rub this for writing this conclusion. Okay, what happened here? Actually, iron is more reactive as compared to copper. So, iron displaces sulfate from copper. AB. B is combined with C. So, what happened here? We get FeSO4 plus Cu. And the color, this is ferrous sulfate, color is here is green. So what is actually going on? The highly reactive metal displaces the least reactive metals from their salt. That is going on here. Iron is more reactive than copper, so it is able to displace copper from copper sulfate. Lots of reactions are there. For example, copper sulfate or zinc combines with copper sulfate. Okay. Zinc, check out the position of zinc in the reactivity series. Again, zinc is placed above the copper. It means zinc is more reactive as compared to copper. So, what happens here? Zinc displaces copper from copper sulfate. So, this type of reaction is called the displacement reaction. Lots of reactions are there. You are going to study various reactions, you must know. This is called the displacement reaction. Lots of there, lead, Pb, combines with copper chloride, CuCl2. What happened? Lead is more reactive than copper. So we get here PbCl2 and copper. One more interesting thing. Lots of the time the displacement reaction is already balanced reaction. This is not the condition. Maximally the displacement reaction is the already balanced reaction. So this is the displacement reaction. Now move towards the double displacement reaction. Okay, next is the double displacement reaction. If this is the single displacement, this displacement is also called single displacement. So what is the meaning of the double displacement? Simple question is there. Double means twice of the displacement. If displacement process occur 2 times or more than 1 time, then it is called the double displacement reaction. Okay. So what happened in the double displacement reaction? The displacement process occurs twice. Okay, move here. This is called the double displacement reaction. Okay. Now what happened in double displacement reaction? Move towards the definition only. What is the definition of the displacement reaction? One, an atom displaces the position of the one highly reactive metal displace the metal least reactive metal from their salt, then it is called the displacement. If the position is interchange between the reactants, then it is called the double displacement. What is the meaning of interchange? Move from the example only, that is AB combines with CD. We are going to study the double displacement. Now what happened after reaction? A, B plus C, B. One important question is there. Okay, I am combining this A with D and with this C with B. Why? Why the A and C is not combined together? Always remember, the element which is placed first in any compound is always a metal. And metal combines with non-metal. Metals do not combine with the metal. So this is one metal, this is another metal. So new compound which is formed, it is with the non-metal only. So this is called the double displacement. What happened here? Both the reactant interchange their position. Okay, one displacement and double displacement is going on. Okay, what happened in the reaction? If we study this reaction, lots of examples are there. For example, barium chloride. Okay, barium chloride is a compound. Let's check the position of barium in your reactivity series. It is above the hydrogen. It's far above the hydrogen. Okay, barium chloride combines with the sodium carbonate. Take the sodium sulfate. Okay. Sodium sulfate. What is Na2SO4? 3. Okay, barium carbonate or Na2SO4 only. Okay, it is Na2SO4. Barium chloride combines with sodium sulfate. Now check the position of sodium and barium. Okay, what is the position of sodium and barium in the reactivity series? They are just one down places there. Sodium is placed in the second place and the barium is just below in the third place. They both are the highly reactive, but barium is least as compared to the sodium. So what is the first action of the sodium? Sodium is able to displace the barium from its compound. Okay, so what sodium is performed? Sodium combines with chlorine, NaCl. When sodium combines with chlorine, what's the formation is there? NaCl. In this condition, Ba is separated, but this Ba combines with this sulfate. Now what we get here? BaSO4. Okay. So what happened? This BaCl2 combines with sodium sulfate. Then we get the sodium chloride and barium sulfate. Here we have to balance the equation because sodium is 2 here, chlorine is 2 here. So we must put 1, 2. Now this is the balanced reaction. Now what happened actually here? This type of reaction, okay, must move towards one more reaction. Silver chloride combines with sodium nitrate. Okay, what happened? Silver nitrate plus sodium chloride is formed. Silver nitrate and sodium chloride is formed. Okay, here it is low. Sodium chloride is formed. Okay, silver chloride combines with sodium nitrate, and what happens? Silver nitrate and sodium chloride is formed. So this is also a double displacement reaction. The most important thing is that in double displacement, the substance which is formed is in the form of the precipitate. This barium sulfate is white precipitate. You know very well what is the precipitate? Precipitate is the substance which we able to filtrate. Okay, here silver nitrate is white precipitate. Okay, in short we call it the PPT. So what is this meaning? It means that the double displacement is generally precipitation reaction. It is precipitation reaction. What is precipitation reaction? The precipitation reaction is the reaction in which precipitate is formed. So here the white precipitate is formed in both the reaction. So it is called the precipitation reaction. So double displacement also called as the precipitation reaction. Now one more thing is here, that is called the neutralization reaction. Must remember this term. It is very much important. Okay. We might be studied in next lesson also. What is neutralization reaction? The reaction which neutralizes the substance. How it get neutralized? When an acid combined with base, it forms salt. When an acid combines with base, it forms salt. Acid, for example, hydrochloric acid. Okay, base, for example, sodium hydroxide. What happened when these two react together? This sodium combines with chlorine to form NaCl. And what happened? This H combines with OH to form H2O. H2O. This is the neutralization reaction. What is neutralization reaction? The process of neutralizing the substance. When an acid combines with a base to form a salt, this type of reaction is called the neutralization reaction. As I told you, we must take the definition of neutralization in our lesson, that is the acid, base and salt. So what is the neutralization reaction? The reaction in which acid combined with base to form the salt is called the neutralization reaction. This is the simple reaction. Okay, we have to learn in our next lesson, that is acid, base and salt. One simple example, you are feeling pain in your stomach. That pain is because of the acidity. Lots of acid is created in your stomach. So you feel a pain because the amount of acid is increases in your stomach. You know very well HCl is placed in your stomach only. What is the remedy for that? Simple. You are going to the medical shop, purchasing one ENO. You mix it in the water and drink it. What is ENO? ENO is a base. Okay. When you drink ENO over the acid neutralized with the base and converted into salt and water. So that neutralization reaction. But in other words, it is displacement reaction also. Sodium displaces chlorine from hydrogen chloride and hydrogen combines with OH to form H2O. So this is also an example of the double displacement reaction. You know very well what is the displacement reaction? When an atom or a metal, highly reactive metal, displaces the least reactive metal from its substance or salt is called the displacement reaction. When both are interchanging there, then it is called the double displacement reaction. When precipitate is formed during the reaction, it is called the precipitation reaction. And when the reaction is occur between the acid and the base, then it is called the neutralization reaction.